He who cannot see shades of gray cannot see the full truth. That quote is by JJ Dewey, and for more of JJ Dewey's writings, go over to freeread.com. To every season there is a time. We move in cycles, as does the day and the night. The idea is planted in spring's truth, only to give fruit in autumn's splendor. We play in the lazy days of summer, and ponder in the darkness of winter's being. We live in shorter cycles, taking baby steps in life, and share of our journey, our wisdom, in our elder times. To every point in history brings us to our present knowledge. To every dream brings a greater potential to our children's children. We are the new Time Lords of Earth, learning, growing, and becoming what we decide to become. This poem of the past is by Robert Frost, and it's entitled Gathering Leaves. Spades take up leaves no better than spoons, and bags full of leaves are as light as balloons. I make a great noise of rustling all day, like rabbit and deer running away. But the mountains I raise elude my embrace, flowing over my arms and into my face. I may load and unload again and again, till I fill the whole shed. And what have I then? Next to nothing for weight, and since I grew duller from contact with earth, next to nothing for color, next to nothing for use. But a crop is a crop, and who's to say where the harvest shall stop? All truth is logical once it is understood. That quote is by JJ Dewey, and for more of JJ Dewey's writings, you can go over to freeread.com. On getting ideas to write or expand your writing piece. By knowing the moment, a writer knows what to write next. What's going on in your life? What have you been focusing on lately? Use the current moment to reinvent past writings. Just because you wrote about an idea from one point of view in the past doesn't mean you cannot write about that same idea from your present point of view. Life changes, and most people do also. We do new actions, and we also know different people throughout our lives. That's also why it's important to keep a journal, not only to record your passage in time and how you grow, but to go back and review it. It's also important to know your why in writing or rewriting your piece, because this will give you focus. And yes, even in writing a book, you should know how it ends and what goes on in each chapter. Even in a really short poem, you should know why you're writing that piece. There are many ways to experience and write a poem, like from the first person, the I. But be careful, because the reader will associate what you say to them when you're using the I. You could also write a poem from the second person. Doing a poem this way is how you get a conversation with your reader. And you can also write a poem in the third person, where you become the observer, and sometimes you need just to be the observer. Every one of those has a reason why you do that, so explore those things. I hope that these ideas will help you in coming up with ideas to write about. Observe your surroundings. Understand how other people perceive their world. What would you like to see? Or what would you like to know? Have fun with the language. And of course, as always, stay creative in the magic of life. Thank you.